the the EastEnders Basketball League may have been obliterated, but we still can do the EastEnders Wii Sports Bowling Tournament, of course. Hello there, viewers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the EastEnders Wii Sports Bowling Tournament Draw 2026. With 32 players joining the tournament, one deceased player, just like last year, and it's going to go on and on and on in the future. Now, with this, according to one of the deceased players, with the deceased players that you've got 4 nominations, I'll get to that in a bit. This is going to be a new rule and tactic. If the deceased player wins the tournament, they will be officially joining tournaments anytime that they can. I'll repeat that again. If the deceased player you guys have nominated, for example, Martin Fowler, if he wins the tournament, he will officially be a full bowling contestant in this tournament. He will definitely be in the next tournament, and maybe in the next tournament after the next one next year. So, yes, I'm very excited about this draw. There was 32 players in this tournament, just like last year. Max Branning won the tournament, and Denise Fox is the only contestant in this tournament to have won a 300 game. But can she win the tournament with a 300 game? Surely there should be a 300 game in this tournament. Any game in tournaments. 32 participants in this tournament from round 1 to there's 5 rounds, but third place playoff is only for third place. So there's 5 rounds in this tournament. Round 1, 2, quarterfinals, semis, and then the final, and the third place playoff before the final. So yeah. And by the way, just before I announce the players, there's going to be, instead of doing the pick up spare shootout, we're just going to go straight to the power throw bowl off, in case there's a tie. Because what's the point if every team is going to be getting a perfect challenge cleared shootout? Well, a perfect shootout clear challenge, because it's just going to take us forever and make us feel bored of when a winner's going to be announced and that. So instead, we're just, if it's a tie, it's going to go straight to power throw bowl off instead of a pick up spare shootout. So yep. Anyways, with that being said, here are your 32 participants: Anna Knight, Avani Nandrahart, Billy Mitchell, Honey Mitchell, Priya Nandrahart, Ravi Gulati, Devinder Nugget, Alfie Moon, Cat Moon, Stacey Slater, Cindy Beale, Freddie Slater, Sonia Fowler, Bex Fowler, Ian Beale, Kathy Beale, Ben Mitchell, Phil Mitchell, Shirley Carter, Linda Carter, Elaine Peacock, Ruby Allen, Max Branning, who's the current champion of the tournament, Lauren Beale, Oscar Branning, Jack Branning, Peter Beale, Yolandi Truman, Patrick Truman, who came second last year, Denise Fox, who was our third place winner, and Johnny Carter. That's our 31 players at the tournament so far. And one of the 4 deceased player options that you guys are nominating until the voting closes at midnight on Sunday the 22nd of August is Anthony Truman, Martin Fowler, Mick Carter, and Bradley Branning. So, yep, until midnight the 22nd of August, the vote closes. So, yep, to see who you want to see in the tournament this year. So, with that being said, let the tournament begin. So, let the draw begin. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I'll give you a little peek of the brackets just before this tournament, before this draw kicks off. Here we go. This is what the knockout brackets look like. So, yep. So, we're going to be starting off with this. We're going to start off with this, the top to here, to see who is going to be playing against either side. So with that being said, let the draw begin. So we have this is the cup that's got the names of the EastEnders of who's playing in the tournament. I've already given them a good mix earlier, just before this draw it was going to start. So with that being said, let's draw out the first name of who's going to be playing in match number 1. Just making sure I'm not picking up 2. Kathy Beale. Yes, Kathy Beale is playing the first game. So, Kathy, there we go. Kathy's name is written. All right, but who's going to be playing against her in the first game? Ooh, this is ought to be a good one because she had an affair with Mick's dad behind Shirley Carter's back. This is ought to be a decent one. So it's Kathy versus Shirley. I heard of it before that Kathy had an affair behind. Kathy manipulate, or did she? I don't know. I didn't really remember, but I heard that Kathy had an affair with Shirley's husband. So yeah. Anyways, game number 2. Who's leading game number 2? Honey Mitchell. Honey Mitchell. Oh, whoops. Whoops. Honey Mitchell versus Bex Fowler. Honey versus Bex to play against either Kathy or Shirley in round 2. Right, game number 3 to draw. The leader is going to be... Oh! She'll be playing her in the quarterfinals though. If she makes it, Sonia Fowler. If I pulled out Shirley first, then Honey and Shirley will be playing against each other. But if it was Bex and then Sonia, oh! But no, Sonia is going to play against Freddie Slater. Fair. I'm not going to lie, but I was actually hoping it was going to be Sonia versus Bex because that would have given Bex... if Bex would play against her own mum, she would get revenge on her after what happened with Tamwa back in Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream, because they had a war against Tamwa because Tamwa broke up with Sonia because Tamwa had enough of Sonia and Bex fighting. Because no wonder Tamwa rejected Bex. Anyways, the next game. Oh, I thought I was going to say Max, but it's a Branning. It is Oscar. Oscar is going to play against... Ooh. One of the deceased players. Either Anthony Truman... Anthony Truman, Martin Fowler, Mick Carter, or Bradley Brannan. I mean, I don't think he knew Bradley when he was younger, but that would be his brother he would be playing against if Bradley makes it, but we'll soon see. So Oscar is going to play against one of the deceased nominators. Okay, here we go. Alright, so... Avani Nandrahat. Avani, yeah. Just to make I made no mistakes there. Didn't at all. Avani versus... This is actually a pretty good one. Cindy Beale. I mean, Cindy is playing against Priya's daughter. Oh my god. If I pull out Priya's name next, there's an opportunity Cindy could be playing against her in the second round. So let's see if it's going to happen. Another good mix. Oh, I nearly ended the camera by accident for a second. Thankfully not. Oh, it could still be Priya though. It's Jack. So Jack's name is written in. Oh, whoops, I just put his name back in the pot. Is that his name? Yes, it is. Yeah, okay. All good, no problems. Another good mix. And Jack, is he going to play Priya? Oh, I thought it was going to say Priya, but no. It was Patrick. Patrick Truman, the current runner-up. Okay, Patrick and Jack. 4 more names to write off from the first 8 games. So here we go. He might be playing against Patrick in round 2, and he could face revenge. Max Brannan. If he wins and Patrick wins, Max could face some consequences against Patrick after what happened in the final. And he could face against his brother, perhaps. Ooh. Max is going to be playing against Denise Fox. This is looking like that looks like a really interesting game. I think Denise and Patrick played in the semi-finals last year. I think they did. And if Denise does win and Patrick win, Denise could get some revenge. And Patrick may be looking for revenge. All right, the last fixture before we go into the right-hand side of the bracket. Right, here we go. Wait, no. Oh, no, I got it wrong. No, Max could play Patrick in the quarters. Oh, yeah, and so can Denise play Patrick, and Denise could be playing Patrick in the quarters as well. Oh, no, I got that mixed up. Oh, yeah, whoops, yeah, don't worry. It's either Ivani and Cindy. No. Wait, hold on. Ivani. Yeah. Yes. I think I got it right. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Ivani or Cindy to play against either Jack or Patrick. Yeah. But Max or Cindy could be playing against Ian Beale. Ian could be playing against his mum in the semis. Hold on. Right, okay. Apologies about that. So Ian is already drawn, and he's going to play in order to face against Max or Denise in round 2. Ravi Gulati. An interesting fixture, that. Okay, so the first 8 games are already done. The left-hand side of the brackets is done. Have a good little peek at them. Here we go. Let me read them out first, and then I'll show you again. Sorry. Kathy Beale versus Shirley Carter. Honey Mitchell versus Bex Fowler. Sonia Fowler versus Freddie Slater. Oscar Branning versus one of the deceased players, which is either Anthony Truman, Martin Fowler, Mick Carter, or Bradley Brannan. Cindy Beale versus Ivani and Andrew Hart, but it actually goes like this. Ivani and Andrew Hart versus Cindy Beale. Jack Branning versus Patrick Truman. Max Branning versus Denise Fox. Ian Beale versus Ravi Gulati. Cindy and Max could play against each other in the quarters as well. But goodness knows if what's going to happen. Here we go. Here it is. Five seconds to look at it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's continue the draw. The final 8 draws. The final 16 names I need to draw out. At least Priya and Cindy are not playing against each other. Alright. Here we go. Who is going to start off the right-hand side? Oh, whoops. Show the name first before writing it down. Yolandi Truman. I was about to write her name before I was about to write her name down without showing you for a second. Whoops, daisies, folks. My apologies. Yolandi Truman to play. Ooh, Ben Mitchell. Not bad. Yolandi Truman to play Ben Mitchell. One of them is going to be playing against in round 2. Ruby Allen. Or Priya Nandrahat. At least she's not on the left-hand side. Okay, so Priya is written down. Okay, so the final 6 games to draw out. Peter Beale. Peter Beale. Hopefully it's not a Lauren. Devinder Nugget Gulati. Okay. Right. Hopefully I don't pull out Lauren's name, because she might be playing against her husband in round 2. Will she? Yeah, she could. She could. Just make sure I'm getting it out there. Lauren might be playing against her husband in round 2. Literally. She could. And guess what? At least she's not playing against her dad. So that they can meet again, just like they did in the previous tournament. When Max knocked her out. But still, he won it for his family, surely. Lauren Beale versus Elaine Peacock. Okay. 4 more games left to draw out. 4 more games to draw. Stacey Slater. Stacey Slater is going to play Cat Moon. Bit of a related match, that is. Stacey versus Cat. Okay. 2, 4, 6 more names left to name. To draw. Sorry, just make sure I've got the right amount of names in there. That's why I had a little peek. Right. Ooh. Kat may be playing against her husband in round 2. Wow. Wow. Stacey or Kat is going to play against Alfie. If he wins... Imagine if it's Kat who's going to win and Alfie goes through. Oh, God. Alfie is going to play against Johnny Carter. Johnny Carter to play Alfie. All right, here we go. 4 more names left to draw. Phil Mitchell. Phil Mitchell. And he's going to play... Ooh, this looks like a really good one. Billy Mitchell. Yeah. Phil versus Billy. Wow. And that means the final 2 to end this draw are Linda Carter and Anna Knight. Linda versus Anna. And that's it. The draw is done. Mission accomplished. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read every single name that you guys are about to hear and also witness as well. So with that being said, I'm going to go through the names again and the fixtures. So here we go. Well, I'm not going to announce the fixtures now, but I'll let you know when the fixtures will definitely be announced and the date of when the tournament will kick off. But the tournament will kick off with Kathy Beale versus Shirley Carter. Then it's Honey Mitchell versus Bex Fowler. Sonia Fowler versus Freddie Slater. Oscar Branning versus against either Anthony Truman, Martin Fowler, Mick Carter, or Bradley Branning. Imagine if it was Bradley Branning. Oh God, that'd be brother versus brother. Avani Nandra Hart versus Cindy Beale. Jack Branning versus Patrick Truman. Max Branning, the defending champion, versus the 3rd place winner, Denise Fox. And Ian Beale versus Ravi Gulati. Yolandi Truman versus Ben Mitchell. Ruby Allen versus Priya Nandrahart. Peter Beale versus Devinder Nugget Gulati. Lauren Beale versus Elaine Peacock. Stacey Slater versus Kat Moon. Alfie Moon versus Johnny Carter. Phil Mitchell versus Billy Mitchell. Looking forward to that one. Linda Carter versus Anna Knight. So, yeah, I'm going to show you these just before. Here we go. I know I didn't hold that properly. There you go, this is better now. So there you go, that's all the names written and drawn. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a tough tournament, just like it was last year. Will Max go back-to-back, or is there going to be a new winner? But if there's going to be a new winner, Patrick may go back-to-back finals. But goodness knows. So the deceased player, either Anthony Truman, Martin Fowler, Mick Carter, or Bradley Branning is going to play against Oscar Branning. Remember, have your votes as well. Remember, the voting closes at midnight on Sunday, the 22nd of August, 2026, to see who you guys want to see playing in the tournament. They'll be playing against Oscar, and then either Sonia or Freddie in the second round. The game that I'm actually looking forward to is actually Kathy versus Shirley. Max versus Denise. Lauren versus Elaine, and Peter versus Nugget. Stacey versus Kat, yep. Phil versus Billy, yes. And Alfie versus Johnny, just to see. Well, Stacey versus Kat, Alfie versus Johnny. If Kat wins, and if Alfie wins, they'll be playing against each other in round 2. If Lauren wins and Peter wins, they'll be playing against each other in round 2. Kathy versus Shirley looks like a really good fixture. Ivani versus Jack. Max versus Denise. Yep. Max versus Ian looks like a really good. Or if Max wins, I would love. If Max does win against Denise, I would actually love to see him playing against either Ravi or Ian. I'd love that. But yep. So yep, I'll give you guys one more peek at the draw, the brackets. Oh, whoops. Here you go again. Look. That almost ended my camera. The question is, though, who is going to be holding up the trophy and claiming third place? Tournaments are always exciting, folks. They are always exciting. So, yeah. So, there you go. That's it for the draws. The date of the tournament is yet to be known. The dates, well, we'll get to that once it's been announced. What else am I going to say? Comment down below who you think is going to win the tournament. Is it going to be Max back-to-back? Is it going to be well, it's not going to be a back-to-back final. It's not going to be a back-to-back final because Patrick and Max are in the same area, so they could be playing against each other in the quarters. Or maybe Max might be playing against his fiancée, against Cindy in the final. Oh, can you imagine if it's going to be Max versus Priya in the final? Oh, God. Wow, I would love to see that. But anyways, goodness knows who is going to be playing who in the final. There can only be one winner to taking home that trophy and that gold medal. Who is it going to be, guys? Comment down below, just like you are in the live chat. Let me know who you think is going to win this tournament. To be fair, I'm just going to keep myself straight. I want a new winner. And I think it's going to be Sonia. I think Sonia might win it. Regardless, she didn't make the final or get a 300 game. I still think Sonia might win. But only time will tell. So, yes. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I'll let you know once the date of the draw has been confirmed and that. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.